are being indoctrinated in public schools to believe that they are born in the wrong body because God made a mistake, and that the only solution is medicalization. People call us an anti-trans hate group. We obviously are not. We have trans people in our coalition, and we created an entire partner coalition called Trans Against Groomers. But you know what? They call us hateful, but you have to really have a lot of hate in your heart to want to destroy the lives of innocent children. And that is what this will be forever. It's not hate to want to stop.
You're seeing a lot more of this. A gay coalition partnering with the Parental Rights and Education Group, rallying the community against a Wisconsin school's sexual education curriculum, which tells 6th grade teachers to refer to a female as a person with a vulva. The lesson plan, reading in part, quote, "Language is really important, and we've intentionally been very careful about our language throughout this curriculum. You may notice language throughout the curriculum that seems less familiar, using the pronoun they instead of her or him, using gender-neutral names in scenarios and role plays, and referring to someone with a vulva versus a girl or woman." Jaimee Michell is the founder of Gays Against Groomers. She joins us live here. Jaimee, thanks so much for coming on here. Talk to me about this movement. Why is it so important to speak out? And what is the purpose of it?
Well, thanks for having me on this morning. Well, you know, within the gay community, we've been witnessing what's been going on, the messaging coming out of our community, and now the uptick of attacking children, the people that want to sexualize them and indoctrinate them and ultimately mutilate their bodies. And I couldn't sit by any longer and just let this happen without trying to combat it. So we created the group Gays Against Groomers to fight it from inside the community, which I don't think any of these people were expecting. They're very scared of us because we're very effective because they can't call us the normal names that they call other people, like these parent groups. They're not able to write us off as homophobic and transphobic, although they try, but it doesn't make too much sense. So we're glad to get out there and join this fight and stand in solidarity to protect these children from this grave abuse, which is taking place on a scale we haven't seen before in this country. Sure.
Many of these viewers, you know, many viewers are used to watching the parental rights and education groups. Maybe not have heard of this coalition coming to the defense of children. I know your group is planning another rally outside the next school board meeting with Wauwatosa, Wisconsin families and Moms for Liberty, a parental rights and education group. This to march and speak out against, I believe it's the implementation of the curriculum. What kind of support are you seeing and are you expecting?
Well, we have seen an overwhelming amount of support. You know, when I started Gays Against Groomers, I wasn't expecting it to blow up like it did, but I think that just speaks to how desperately our voices are needed in this fight for the reasons I explained before. So we have support from, honestly, all over the political spectrum, and from, you know, the extreme right to even extreme left. It's truly the most uniting cause of our time. There's nothing more uniting than protecting children. So, you know, we have people that oppose us, but I think that's more a reflection of who they are. There's really no you know, we just want to protect children. If you have a problem with that, it says a lot more about you than anyone else. But yeah, we love getting out there and meeting people, and they're very, very supportive of us. You know, a lot of people say that these parent groups are very homophobic and intolerant, but they welcome us with open arms, and it's truly amazing to be a part of.
I'll close with this. Is politics involved at all in this, or is this really about children?
So this shouldn't be a political issue. We don't see it as a political issue. Sadly, only one party is pushing it, and only one party is opposing it and trying to end it. But as far as everyday Americans go, I truly believe that people from both the left and the right are united on this issue. The people that are, you know, you see it coming out of our community. They're a very fringe minority, but they're so loud because they're backed by every powerful institution in this company, from, you know, the woke media to corporations to the to the schools, the medical industry, and even the Biden administration. So they have a lot of support trying to use us as shields to ram this through, and we're not going to let them do that anymore because they're hurting us, and more importantly, they're damaging these children for the rest of their lives.
If gaysagainstgroomers.com, by the way, your website there. If there are parents right now that are watching and maybe they have concern within their school district, what is your message to them in terms of sexualizing curriculums, et cetera?
Right. Don't let people gaslight you into saying that you're homophobic or transphobic if you oppose this. That's a lie. They're just using that to silence you and intimidate you. Point them to us. Say, look, there's this whole group, Gays Against Groomers, and we also have Trans Against Groomers, our partner coalition. And we have over 300,000 followers on social media. And it's not, they're in the majority. Their views are correct. The people that want to do this to kids, they're the minority. The backlash, it's already happening. We're seeing what's happening with the NHS yesterday declaring that most children experiencing gender dysphoria grow out of it, not to rush to medicalize them or change their pronouns. So they're on the right side of history, and just stay strong. And remember that you're not intolerant. You're just, you have common sense, and you're right.
Thanks for sharing that. We had Ollie London, who is widely known on Instagram, TikTok, etc., for transitioning from man to woman, and then 6 months later going back to a man, shared his personal story about how he wanted to protect children from doing this, because there is no turning back once he spent $300,000 in doing so. In much like what you're sharing today, wanting again to at least set an age to where this would not be an option. And a lot of states have already stepped up to stop this as well, to essentially what they call protecting children as well. Again, you can visit your website there. Jaimee Michell joining us live, gaysagainstgroomers.com. Very interesting, and some may think a turn of events, but it has been going on. You have been there fighting hand in hand with those parents. We appreciate you coming on, Jaimee. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, coming up, pride flags